What's up, guys? So I made this kind of like mini series to explain how life was as a pro dunker and how my journey just started. So everything started with me, of course, being on Instagram and scrolling and seeing the blue Venice court and seeing how beautiful it was. And instantly I wanted to have a dunk session there. So I pulled to Venice Beach, have a great dunk session, and really enjoyed being there. I post up the video, go ahead and get a comment from Venice Ball, and I'm like, okay. They go and DM me a year later, and I end up doing the Ron Beals Day dunk contest. So I'm at Ron Beals Day. I'm going up against Remix, Chris Staples, Bionic Brooks, Jordan Sutherland, all these just incredible dunkers. And I'm over here like, what in the hell did I agree to? So the event was incredible. I loved the atmosphere, and I crushed all my dunks. I actually made it to like the semifinals, and I really surprised myself. I didn't think I was gonna get that far because I was still a college athlete, and I didn't really have a dunk bag like that. I just had a little bit of bunnies, and I never really practiced anything like that. Just having dunk sessions with my friends and having fun. So I go ahead and get invited out to another event in October, and it was the opening of the Watts Empowerment Center. That was awesome. I got to meet a lot of other influencers. I got to meet Dax, T-Jazz. I got to meet Guy Dupuis for the very first time. You gotta get to know him because otherwise I act like he doesn't speak English. It was honestly just really cool. And again, I was part of a dunk contest, lost, second place. And I still thought it was dope. I crushed my dunks, and it was a really good experience on learning how to, I guess, control the crowd and really feeling the energy there. So I got to become a little bit closer to my VBL family, and from there I really just had a really good connection to whenever I wanted to go ahead and start my pro dunking. So that's like a little prelude of how I became a pro dunker. So I went ahead and had my season after that. Didn't really do any events during the season. So I get injured and I'm out for most of the season. And season didn't really go how it was supposed to or how I envisioned it. But I mean, I think everything worked out for the best. So come around January, the CEO of Venice Ball messaged me on Instagram. Was like, yo, come out, hang out over by the beach. We're gonna go ahead and set up the hoop inside the sand. Maybe do some really cool shots. Just come out. So we go ahead and roll out this hoop over into like the beach, and I'm over here jumping in sand over someone and doing a double up reverse. That was hard, and not to mention there was like 40-mile-per-hour winds and the sand was blowing everywhere. It was like a full-blown sandstorm. Got sand in my eyes and stuff I can't see. It was crazy, but I just loved the vibes. I loved the atmosphere, and I felt really happy. It was actually a time that basketball felt how I did it when I was a kid. You know that feeling when you're hooping on the playground? You really just love it. Like, that's what you look forward to every day. And I got that feeling back. I got that joy. I got that love. So I was like, I like doing this. So during that day, I make the decision to become a professional dunker. So I ended up doing my very first gig at the Fit Expo, where that's where I met Michael Purdy. That's where I met B-Ruff. That's where I met just everyone. We had B-Ruff jumping over cars. I'm crushing East Bays out of like Max's nicest hand off a handoff. Like, we're going stupid, and it was fun. Like a week later, I go ahead and get invited out to do a dunk show after the game at the Staples Center. So I'm like, yeah, this is lit. So I'm actually able to watch the game and go there. So I'm like, a free game? Are you kidding me? I get to go see a free game and I get to do dunk show right after? This is awesome. Like, why would I ever say no to this? This is like amazing. Low-key spin my ankle right there. I also wanted to go ahead and find more ways and more avenues to go ahead and create more money for myself. So, I'm not a bad looking guy. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to do this modeling stuff too. So I go and get tapped in with this one designer, Bernard Wilhelm, and I was able to go ahead and be featured in Vogue for this fall catalog. That was cool. I ended up, they had this really high hoop. It was like 11 feet, and I wanted to go ahead and everyone was like, let's see if you can dunk on it. Let's go and see if you dunk on it. And so I'm wearing these slipper shoes, dog. I'm wearing these I mean, I can't even explain it. These are like sock slippers. I ended up dunking on it. That was dope. I also started doing commercials. So I figured it was a really good way to capitalize off of being able to jump really high and being good looking. So I could kind of like, just do like stunts or do like really cool dunks. You ever seen like a commercial and then you've seen someone do like a weak layup? You're like, man, I could have done that. No, I don't want to ever see any of those commercials ever again. I want to see freaking 360 under boats in commercials from now on. Around like April, we did this show instead of a nightclub, and we turned the nightclub into a dunk show. That was awesome. So we had Michael Purdy jumping over 8 people. I'm crushing 360 East Bays. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it, and the pictures came out pretty hard too. So I mean, like, all this stuff is happening so fast. I mean, like, literally the next week we go ahead and start up the desert tour. So we travel to Coachella, and this is during like Coachella events and stuff, and Kanye's performing, Sunday service, Billie Eilish. Everybody's going there for Coachella, and all the stars are having a party hosted by Adidas at the Zenyara Resort. So we're doing our thing, we're doing a dunk show, and I see Trae Young, and I see Nick Young, Candace Parker, all these celebrities and stuff. And so we're like, let's go and use them as part of our dunk show. So I think Guy Dupuis did like a handoff East Bay out of Nick Young's hand with the ring. You gotta have the championship ring, Guy Dupuis is jumping over crowds of people. All in all, we're just having a ton of fun. Free food. Did I mention free food? I don't think I mentioned free food. There's free food at these events, Like, there's free food. For me. Not for y'all, I'm sorry. Not for me. So we come back to LA, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get my boy on this. I gotta get Andrew on this. So we go ahead and go back out to the desert, and this time we're there to create content. So we bring out this, we makeshift our own basketball hoop in the middle of the desert. And so I'm telling you, we're over here carrying these big freaking wood logs and building a hoop in the middle of the desert. So these are massive sand dunes. We're over here dying, exhausted, and then still dunking in sand. I don't think you guys understand how hard dunking in sand is. It's very, very difficult. Hall of Fame difficulty. Hard. But it also made out to be some of the best content I've ever done. Like, that was awesome. Do you see the flicks? Do you see how, dope? This is dope. So I come back from the desert tour, and boom, I got Dunk and Mess. Very next thing. I'd say Dunk and Mess was really like the takeoff point for my dunk career. That's when everything started going crazy. Dunk and Mess was an amazing event, had a great cause. Go check them out. I'll link everything inside the description. Being able to make an impact on the kids and stuff, that was awesome. That's also another thing why I do this, is when there's kids at these events. I remember watching N1 street ball tours and seeing these dunkers do crazy dunks, and I'm like, whoa, these are like superhumans. I've never seen anything like this. Like, how do you even jump that high? So as a kid, I used to be fascinated with it. So I always make sure I always interact with the kids at any event I go to. all in all, I think the beginning of my dunk career went pretty smooth. Keep watching. The next episode should start next, or you might have to click it, you might have to navigate. I don't know how this is gonna work, but make it happen. Part 2 is going to resume now.